guys. How are you?
Good. How
Good.
are you?
What's up?
Well, they call me the diva,
And they call me Nikon Kid.
and together we're Billiard Talk. What we've got going on this month is we're rounding down to the finals of the Monica Webb Moscone Cup for Kids event with the top invitational picks. So we're down to round 4 now, which D'Angelo Spain, congratulations, sir. You got your ticket.
Thank you.
And then we had Mr. Laz coming in the 5th round.
Thank
Congratulations,
you.
sir. And Landon couldn't make it. He is on his way to Iowa, is what we're thinking. So we hate that we missed him tonight, but we'll make that up probably next week when he has time. So congratulations to Landon Hollingsworth on his ticket as well. Actually, here he is. There he is.
hello.
Oh,
Landon.
Hey, we're guys. We're always late.
All right. We're going to give Landon just a second to situate everything. He's in Iowa, ladies and gentlemen, so we're not going to keep these kids very long. Congratulations, Landon, on your ticket, sir.
Why did they?
Oh, now they can hear us.
Can you hear us?
I'm not sure.
Let's do,
His Wi-Fi. Go back. Go back in and or get out and go back in. See if the Wi-Fi connection is better.
Who,
Can you
me?
hear us? Oh, you're good.
We can hear you. He's got you. Congratulations, Landon, on your ticket, on your sixth round ticket. He is the
Thank you.
7th one. We got 3 more coming up. Thank you. Landon, you're currently in Iowa. Is that correct?
Yes.
Nick, do you have any questions for Mr. Hollingsworth?
God, man, I'm like, it's so hard because we got 3 of them. So I'm like, I might as well just answer. I'm gonna say one question and I'll just let it carry over. How about that?
Absolutely. We'll start with Landon and we'll go backwards.
Okay, perfect. Landon, how old are you?
17.
Laz,
16.
D'Angelo,
11.
Okay, right back to Landon. How long you been playing?
About 5.5 years.
what is your Fargo rating, Landon?
688.
Nice.
Awesome.
What about you, Laz?
I've been playing for about 10 years, and my Fargo is a 702.
Awesome.
That is strong, buddy. That is strong. Nick, he's going to take you out over in Texas.
I'm playing everything, so we'll probably run into each other.
Oh, we will.
Mr. D'Angelo, what is your Fargo rating, sir?
523.
He's a strong 523
Awesome.
too. How long have you been playing, D'Angelo?
7 years.
God, man, I wish I started young.
Isn't that amazing? These are some
That
fantastic juniors. I mean, strong players. Well,
Okay,
I had to get. Go ahead, Nick.
All right, I wanted to keep the questions going since I have them running in my head. Landon, sponsors.
Q-Tech.
Just Q-Tech?
Just Q-Tech.
Awesome.
What about you, Les?
I'm just sponsored by Predator.
Awesome.
D'Angelo.
Predator, Risky Shots, Center Pocket, Town, and Salado.
Awesome.
He just got picked up by Salado not long ago, actually.
Sweet. They're really good people. I just been messaging them the last couple of months to do Salado matches with some of the guys out here, and they're really good people.
Fantastic. Landon, what have you got going on after Iowa?
I'm not sure when my next tournament is.
Well, we wish you the best of luck in Iowa.
Thank you.
The best of luck.
Yeah, all the
And I
rules
know-
go your way.
Right, absolutely. I know Laz will be taking Nick on at the Texas Open next week. And then D'Angelo's headed to Roanoke next month. So that should be some excitement going on for our juniors.
Now, Laz, have you played any of the Predator events at all this year?
No, because around here, Christina De La Garza, They run like a Predator Arcadia Syntex type things.
Oh, that's right. They add like 1,200 or 2,000, right?
Yeah. And they have stops all around San Antonio, and I go to a lot of those.
Awesome. How do you do in those tournaments? Because I actually reached out to Christina and her husband because I see her husband out of country a lot.
Oh yeah,
And
he's always traveling.
we were talking about the events, and I was gonna move to Texas, man, probably 10 years ago. But I like that they're starting something for you guys out there, especially monthly, right?
Yeah.
So how do you do out there with the big tables and the bar tables, or is it just big tables?
It depends where it's at. It's a very small tables, but I usually do fairly well.
Awesome. Well, that's good that you have something that you can actually compete in monthly, or even weekly, depending on what they have out there. It's great for your guys' pool community. It's great for your game to keep that going. We're out here in Arizona. Ever since I kind of started this run, and me and Jovan been out here, our open tournaments have been canceled. The only thing we have close is a chip tournament where we get 3 chips and the incoming player is breaking. So it's awesome to see that other states still have opens or still let higher rated players in so they have something to compete in. So I love that. So support it as much as you possibly can, because once you stop going, then everything's okay, why am I holding opens? Why am I holding opens when I'm not getting all the players, or I'm not getting top players, or I'm not even getting a full field? So that's the best thing I can say for you. You're young enough. You're going to learn a lot, but definitely support your local events.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We've got to keep these tournaments going as much as possible. Keep our kids moving. They have to keep going.
Yeah. Is it? I'm sorry. I see that. Is it a nickname, or is it Jaws?
It's Jaws. That's his nickname.
Jaws. Okay. I wasn't sure. I wanted to ask you, is that a nickname or your last name?
Oh, that's my nickname.
How'd you get that nickname?
Cause my dad gave it to me because I was doing great in the pool table, and I was like a shark on the pool table.
Awesome. Now, do you play mostly tournaments out where you're at, or do you have more leagues that you play in?
Yeah, I play more leagues.
Okay. Is it is it because you're restricted with the bar rules?
No.
Actually, where he's at in Maryland, there is a pool room owner that has gotten her license fixed where they can allow children in. So they actually have a massive children's league going out of that venue. She's a phenomenal lady, and she's done a lot for the juniors in her community.
No, that's
awesome,
awesome,
where he plays.
I remember when I was 15, 16 years old, my mom was going to me for the bars because after 10 o'clock, I'd get kicked out.
Landon, are you doing leagues as well, or are you just basically tournament playing right now?
Just tournaments.
Just tournaments. So has that been your main focus throughout your junior career?
Yeah, 100%.
Awesome. Well, I know you're busy, sir. You are right in the middle of a tournament. I know you need to practice. When do you guys start your matches?
No, we start tomorrow morning.
Okay. I didn't want to get in your way as you were getting prepared to play. Nick, do you have any questions for them?
40 minutes.
Yeah, Landon, I want to ask you something, and I don't want to bring it up, but I want to see where your mindset is, because your first big gambling match, you went hill, and you lost that, right?
Yeah.
What's your takeaway from that? Because that was one of your biggest gambling matches, or was that your first big gambling match?
It's the most I've ever played for, but I'd say I probably took more than I've ever took anything from pool-wise away in that match. He played well. I honestly wish I wouldn't have played that night. I didn't want to play that night. I had been up since 6:30 that morning. So when I started playing, I was going on being up for I had almost been up for 19 hours. I had been playing 20 hours, and then by the time I went to sleep the next morning, I had been up for 29 and a half hours. So,
Right. You look like you're exhausted.
Yeah, the next, I mean, I know we're on a stream, but I have offered to play again. But there's been no response yet. And that was
I don't think
probably
you're going to have any problems finding a game.
3 weeks
I don't
ago.
think that is the case because, I mean, in my opinion, that I learn more from losing than I do from winning, right?
Exactly. And that's what I said. Like, I took a lot away from it. And I really want to play it again because I feel like I thrived more than I kind of discouraged myself in that match.
Because you were far back. You were far back in the lead, or you were far back in the beginning, and then you overcame something that made a big change, whether you got a burst of energy, you ate something, whatever it was, and then you took that big lead, and then he just happened to come back with whatever misses or opportunities he had to come back to the hill, right?
Yeah. But he played great, 100%. Nothing but respect for him. So.
No, for sure. I know a lot of people don't like bringing up bad matches or bad losses.
No, you got to take your wins like your losses. It's just
for sure. Yeah. No, great attitude. Laz, do you have anything from like any matches that you've played, like big money matches, or are you normally stuck to like the $100, $500?
Oh no, there's this guy in Austin. That I played him a lot. Actually, it was for like about a month, 2 months, and the most we played for was like 20,000 playing one pocket. And I was giving him a lot of weight. He just had tons of money, man. I think at one point I was giving him 13.5 at his house, and I beat him at a 20,000. But it was a grind. I've never played for so long. We played for like 16 hours straight. Now 20,000 was the most I've ever played for. But
the only bad part about that for you is that you will always give that guy him going to 5. Like, you realize that now, right? Because one thing I learned is you don't let anybody go to 6, right? And then, but once you get down in that caliber, you'll never get away from him not going to 5.
I haven't talked to him since.
Jaws, what do you have coming up this week or this month or next month? Do you have anything big plans coming?
Next month, I think that's it. Next month,
JSC.
Yeah. And he did have a challenge match here recently. I mean, it was for bragging rights, and trust me, his dad would not let him get away with winning at all.
Yeah, who'd you beat?
Oh, my dad.
You beat your dad in what?
Straight pool.
Yeah, tell it proudly. Yeah, I beat my pop. You're on live. This will never go away. No memory. If I had the chance to play my dad, I'd be so stoked. If I ever had that chance, I was like, oh man, be full on bragging rights.
My dad knows better.
Right. Absolutely.
Your dad's been around the game a lot longer too.
He said yes.
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions for the crew?
No, I mean, we're good. I mean, I'm gonna see Laz in Texas next week.
I do have a question.
Yo, what's up?
Laz, were you able to get into the SVB thing?
No, it ran out so fast. It was way too fast.
It was like 1 minute.
Jaws, did you get in?
Yeah.
Nah.
What about you, Landon?
I did.
Congratulations.
Man, it's so crazy. Man, people were waiting. Like, I know people that were literally up early in the morning.
An hour before.
Yes, it's crazy.
We woke up at like 8 o'clock.
I know you, your dad, and your mom, all you guys had your phones out like this trying to get you in, I'm sure.
Yeah, we were on the wrong.
It's whoever can type faster got in, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
I am trying to get a spot into the U.S. Open. I know it's sold out.
Because you guys can play in both, too.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get a spot in the U.S. Open. talk to Shane, Tyree. So we'll see how that goes.
No,
Well, good luck with that. I hope you
no,
get
that'll
in.
be for sure. Laz, are you in the U.S. Open as well, or you have
No.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to let you guys run, and we appreciate you guys for stopping by and getting your acceptance tickets. I look forward to meeting all of you guys in Georgia, and we're going to drag Nick DeLeon there with his beautiful wife.
Yes.
So we should have a blast over there.
Yes.
Can I
Landon,
ask one
good luck
question?
this weekend?
Sure.
Oh, go ahead.
Does anyone know like the format of which we are playing?
Where?
It's,
Oh, yeah.
it's
It's just
going
like
to be just like the Moscone Cup. You're just going to have 2 extra
So race
teams.
to 11 points.
I'm
same thing.
assuming it's 11.
Yeah, I'm almost positive that it's the same exact format.
Except 10 people on each team.
You're going to have 5 people on 4 teams.
Yes.
Oh, 5
We're going to
people
mix
on 4
all
teams.
of you guys up. Yes, there's going to be 4 teams with 5 juniors on each team. It'll go until the last team is standing.
And my only advice to you guys, because we run something similar out here with Arizona versus Vegas, and then we do also East Side versus the West Side of town. Same format, everything. My best advice for you guys is that a month or 2 before the event, play nothing but the format with somebody. Whether he's close to your Fargo range, if he's over your Fargo range, play that format, because if you start practicing and you're doing races to 9, like for instance, Laz, you and I are doing races to 9, and we're doing alternate break, 9 ball, whatever, right? And I break dry, you run out, and you break the run to the next one, I break dry, and now I'm down 3-0, right? Going to 9. It's a totally different pressure, you being down 3-0 going to 5 than 3-0 going to 9. So every time I'm captain or every time I'm part of a team out here, I always have my guys play near the Fargo or somebody better for like $10 or $20, just something cheap, just so you can get in that mindset of going to 5, and that how being down is so crucial.
Exactly.
Now, is there going to be an entry fee for each player, or?
So I will get more information as we get closer to the end of all of the juniors being picked, because we have those tournaments coming up. And then he's going to give me paperwork to send to every one of you guys so that you can look over it. It'll answer every question that you have. I don't believe you guys have to pay for anything.
I have a question.
That's the reason why you got a ticket. I don't believe you'll have to pay. I mean, you'll have to pay to get there and that kind of thing. But as far as entry fee, I don't believe there's going to be one.
What's up, Jaws?
Is it 7-footers or 9-footers?
It's all
You will be playing on 9-footers.
And I'm almost positive that it's going to be all diamonds, right?
I believe Monica Webb has all diamonds at her place.
Okay, perfect.
And we'll be playing.
So it's gonna be match for match, or are you gonna be playing with your team at your table?
No. So it's just like the Moscone Cup. So you have 4 teams. They're each going to be separated, right? So you're going to be playing one team against another team, race to 11 points. They have like 18 and under, and they have what? What's the other one? The 14
It's
and under?
14 and under and 18 and under.
Yeah, so you have 2 groups. So you'll be battling on one table for that group. So it's just like the Moscone Cup format. So whatever
you guys are going to be mixed together.
Age you fall into is who you're going to be competing against.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that
Makes sense.
So you'll have one table just like the Moscone Cup. Your spotlight, whether you're doubles or you're playing singles.
Is it going to be like a team captain?
What?
Volunteering?
What is it?
I don't want to do it.
A team captain. He said, I don't want to do it. He wanted to know if there was going to be a team captain. He said, I don't want to do it.
I don't know.
Are the teams based on your area, or are there random draws?
I'm assuming they're going to do random draws. This is what I think is going to happen, is they're going to mix your champion juniors with the tournament champions. You guys are all going to be blended together. You're going to have your age bracket separated. That way you're not, one team's not top heavy. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Fargo. Because a lot of these tournament kids, they don't have Fargos.
Oh, okay.
So, But
Are they
like
gonna
I
do?
said, I'll get more info for you as it
Okay.
gets closer
Sounds good.
to it
What's up,
from
Josh?
Monica and Dee.
I was gonna see if they're gonna do a live draw.
Oh, I don't know what they're doing, but
I'm
I'm
pretty
pretty sure the diva will figure it out.
I do like that idea, live draw.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's probably what's going to happen. That way, everyone gets to know at one time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so that we're not like playing tag. So that's probably what we're going to do for sure. I will get information out on hotel venues and that kind of thing as we draw closer together. I want to see if we can get some discounts for you guys for hotel stays, so we're not all spending a buttload of money on hotels. So I'll get all that information for you guys as it gets closer together. All right.
Okay.
Well, you guys, we appreciate you guys coming on tonight. I'm going to let you guys run and go do what you need to do, and I will see you guys in Georgia. I appreciate it. Congratulations.
Thank
Diego,
you.
Landon,
Congrats, guys, and good luck. And Laz, I'll see you in Texas. And Landon, good luck. And
Yep.
Jazz, good luck in your next upcoming events.
see ya.
Thank you.
Bye.
Love you, sir.
Bye. Remove Nick. All right. Well, that's pretty good. I mean, they're guys. They're not really chatty.
I know. I mean, it was good, but I mean, it's good, like to kind of get them out of the comfort zone a little bit,
Right.
Not a lot of
And
people
that's what I'm here for, to poke the bear just a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that as we draw closer, especially after this coming, while you're in Texas, there will be 2 qualifying tournaments going at the same time on that Sunday on the 28th. One out of Missouri. They'll have 2.
Okay.
Your 2 top kids out of Missouri and 2 top kids out of Sanford, Florida. And at that time, we'll get even closer towards the end. Monica Webb's tournament is in September, and then Wisconsin's is in October the 1st, I believe.
Okay. And
So
it's for
it
the
should
juniors
be-
that 18 and under that want to go and compete.
Right.
So she's not having. So is she having 2 separate, since there's 2 separate categories for?
I'm not sure
Wisconsin
how
Cup?
they're going to do it. What I was assuming is they're going to mix them all together. So you don't
I
have.
don't see. So in my opinion, that if they do that, then when you're separating the 14 unders and 18 unders, right? So you're going to have to be able to separate the tournament into 14 and 18, because if you have 14 under and 18 together, then normally let's just say that the 18 and under plays better than the 14 unders, right? How are they going to get the invite when there's going to be 18, 18, 18? They can't play on the 14 and under, so they have to figure that out too.
Right. So basically what happens when I ran the tournament down in Mississippi, we had the younger kids, like Jackson Schultz played in both events. He played in the 18 and under and the 14 and under. And I had to explain to Jackson that if he won the 14 and under, he had to relinquish, if he won again in the 18 and under, he had to relinquish his ticket to the runner up.
Okay.
So that's how that is going to be done, as far as I know. As far as the tournament itself, that's still being worked out with Dee, Monica, and I'm assuming Dee Adkins, Monica Webb, and Eddie. I'm assuming they're going to iron out how they want this played. Our job was just to deliver the tickets, and he knows that I'm getting a lot of questions. So I'm like, as soon as we get the tickets out of the way, then we can start working on
no, for sure,
what we need them to know so that they can get prepared for going to Georgia and playing.
Okay.
And this is, that's what I'm thinking. So I have a couple of questions for my Haichu partner here.
What's up? Haichus are on the way.
I'm waiting on Mason Cook. He's on his way in. So basically, you're heading over to Texas. But what I want to know is, how was Germany, Nick?
Oh man, Germany was so much fun. I mean, the traveling was a lot. Okay, so getting there was probably a little difficult. The plane ride wasn't bad. I eat a lot before I get on, and I sleep. I take a sleeping pill, and I sleep the whole entire 11 hours or 12 hours or whatever it was. And when I get there, I'm instantly, okay, I'm gonna Uber, right? Because that's just what natural is. Whatever state I get to, I just Uber, and I just I'll eat whatever the extra cost is.
Right.
Well, it was like $195 for me to Uber from the
Oh,
hotel to or the airport to the hotel, and I'm like, oh my god, heck no. So I remember them talking about trains. I go, I've never taken one, and I've never dealt with it, especially overseas.
But it sounds fun.
Oh my god! So it's an experience. I gotta tell you this. So I'm following. Okay, where's the train? Okay, falling down. Okay, I finally get down there, and there's like 30 people surrounding these like kiosks, and like 95% of them don't even speak English,
Are you
right?
serious?
Like different languages, whatever. And of course, being
Well, you
in
are
Germany,
in Germany, Nick.
I know. But I mean, they don't know what they're buying. They don't know what they're doing. Like, there's not like really good information by the kiosk, like what to buy, where to go, kind
I
of thing.
felt that way in Mexico. It's like,
and I was like, I had a guy. I'm like, okay, just help me out. And I'm like, hey, what am I buying? They're like, I guess a $9 ticket. So we just do the $9 ticket. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm like, worst case scenario, I blow $9. Right. So we asked
and end up in Norwegia somewhere.
Yeah, wherever. So I asked these two kids, or I mean, they're probably my age, and I go,
as long as you didn't go into Russian territory, we're good.
Yeah. So I was like, hey, I'm trying to get to here, and he's like, take this train, and I'm like, and then you'll get off the next stop, and you have to go somewhere else. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'm gonna get lost for sure. Like, it's gonna be like 4 hours before I get to my hotel. So I'm walking down, and I'm like, hey, I walked up to him again. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry to bug you, but since you speak English, you're kind of like, I go, I need to ask you something. And he's all, hey, we're actually traveling to the next stop, so just follow us, and we'll get you to your next train. I'm like, oh, thank you. So we started chit chatting, and they're like, hey, what part of the U.S. are you from? I'm like, from Arizona. He's like, oh my god, in 2 weeks we're going to Arizona. We're taking like a 22-day like out of country, like hitting up all the big stops, or whatever, of like Arizona, New York, they're going everywhere, right? And they're like, hey, what should we do? We're gonna do the Grand Canyon. I go, t-shirt, shorts, and lots of water. It was so crazy that. And then what was really cool is they got me off the train, and then they actually walked me to my next train, and I was like, man, they're so cool. Like, they were so polite. They were so awesome. And I mean, I just am thankful that I ran into two good people that helped me out get into one train to another. And I just couldn't ask for anything better. And it's just been like a blast from there. And then I run into Emily in the morning when I get to the hotel, and she's all, man, you're going to be everywhere. I'm like, I'm trying to go everywhere. I go, I even reached out to Yap and Carlo Beato for the Asian Open, because it's cheaper to go there it's cheaper to go there than to Europe. So I was like, I can't get in because I'm not Asian. I go, well, my wife is. So does that count? Like, right. I was trying to get in whatever I can because it's so cheap. I told her I'm going to Spain. I'm going everywhere. I'm trying to do as much as I possibly can this year.
I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. Oh, I fold fairly well. Just need a little duffel bag. You got to lift weights, though.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 bags. You put Dory in one, me in the other.
Yeah, I don't think you guys could last the 11-hour flight or whatever it is to Spain.
Sleeping pill in air holes.
Yeah, you're going to need more than air holes.
Well, I had a young gun. He's 21 years of age. Contact me, and he was helping out one of the podcast kids, and his name is Caden Hillman. I don't know if you actually caught that episode of Billiard Talk Juniors edition, but his name is Mason Cook, and he's out of the Wisconsin area. He's our next guest coming on tonight, Nick, and he's excited to be here. I'm going to run his video right quick, and then we'll have Mason come on and have a little chit chat with him. You ready, Nick?
I'm ready.
Long time no see.
Hey, what's up? Hey, Nick. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, buddy? How you doing?
What's up, buddy? Good. Good.
Good.
How's
Thanks
your
for
day
having
been
me.
today? I see you're at work.
Yeah, I'm always here. This is second home. Yeah.
Where's
This-
second home?
This is the pro shop. I'm sitting in the pro shop. So my dad's the owner of Mad Apple Burger and Billiard Company in Appleton, Wisconsin. We're a big pool room, and so this is the pro shop side. I work in the pro shop for my job if I'm not playing.
Awesome. Is that the same town from where Tyler's from or close?
Tyler's here from Wisconsin, but he was more like Milwaukee area. So that's
Okay.
yeah. We're Appleton's about half hour from Green Bay.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then Milwaukee's about an hour and a half from me.
Okay. Damn cheeseheads. Okay.
Don't worry, I'm not. I mean, I do like cheese, but I'm not a sports.
We would think something was wrong with you if you didn't like cheese. Just saying.
Yeah,
You like cheese.
If you've had it from here, you would also thoroughly enjoy it.
Now I have to go to Wisconsin for cheese. Great.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, thank you for having me.
Well,
Oh, of course.
absolutely. When is your next tournament, Mason?
I really wanted to go to that one in Minnesota going on right now. The CRs. There's that CRs
The bar
billiards.
table?
Right.
Yeah. I wanted to go to that. Just couldn't make it work. So I guess I'll just my goal is to put all my energy and play the US Open in October. So
Awesome.
Nick, are you playing?
Yes, I actually am playing every matchroom event that is out there this year. So
Good for you.
I just got back from Germany. I'm home for 10 days, and I go to Texas Open for a week and a half. I come home for 8 days, or I think it's less than that, and then I leave for Spain. So
wow, quite a schedule. You're doing really good too, man.
Thanks. I'm putting in the work, and I'm getting there, but I'm switching up my game a little bit because I'm looking at the longer picture and the bigger picture, and I tell everybody, if you want to change or if you want to get better, you need to make changes. And if you don't, a lot of people don't like change. Everybody likes to stick to what they're doing and what is working. But how I feel about it is that in order to get better, you have to change something.
Yeah, totally.
Whether, work on your jumping differently, you have to work on your break differently, or you have to work on your stroke. Like I noticed when I was playing California against Federer and Margaret, they actually streamed my matches. And if it wasn't for the stream from post up, I would have never known that I was so choppy in my stroke. Like I'm stroking the ball, but I'm jabbing it, like it's not a full stroke or anything. So I've been, ever since then, every day I've been shooting 200 to 300 balls in a pocket, just working on my stroke. And it showed out in Germany that I wasn't ready for it, but I still went and I still competed and I still did well, but I knew I could have done a lot better with the 2 matches I lost. So I still putting in work and getting ready for Texas Open. Now the break format was different. It's actually a lot challenging. It is a lot better in my opinion. My one takeaway is that you have to work on that break because you just saw Shane and Ocean break dry 6 racks in a row.
And that's unusual for Shane or Ocean.
For sure. I was curious, there's obviously a certain strategy you might try to look at for that break, but I was kind of shocked. It felt like they weren't maybe hitting it to the speed that I know they do.
Well, at first it was all the template rack. And then when they went to hand rack.
Why did they do that?
They always do it, and they've always done it within the top 16.
Okay.
So Emily came out with a video,
which was last night. I think.
Oh my god! I wish I would have sent it to you.
You did send it to me. I wish I'd put it on here.
Yes, and I'm like that would have been great. But for the U.S. Open, they are keeping template racks all the way through to the finals.
Oh, nice.
So
which is better. Cool.
I feel that it's better because the 9 ball is really not going to go in the break a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like with Filler and Shaw, 3 or 4 9-ball breaks during their.
Is the 9 on the spot, Nick?
The 9 ball is on the spot, and you're breaking from a box, and the measurements are middle table, 9 inches out on both sides is the break box.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I knew it was a little shorter. I thought
It is a lot shorter, and it makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
So have you been practicing that in particular, Nick?
I was practicing it, and I actually had Skylar help me out on it. Gave me little pointers, because it's like everybody's breaking a little different. So you're trying to take a little bit from somebody else, a little bit from somebody else, and trying to figure it out for yourself. But now that I'm going to Texas is break from anywhere. So I've been breaking on my table, and I actually have it down. I feel I have it down really, really good, where I'm making the one ball like 60, 70% of the time. But I went out to one of my pool halls out here, Main Street Billiards, that have top of the line and their cleanest pool hall, I would say, in like, especially in Arizona, but it could be like anywhere. But Thor takes good care of the room, and the table is a worn-in cloth. And I was trying to do the same break, and my one ball was coming up short, and I'm trying to figure it out. And it's so hard going from not brand new cloth, but like to really, really, really old cloth to doing the break. So I know that the Texas Open is going to be on old cloth. So I'm going to have to get out to the pool rooms next week and start practicing that break.
Yeah, good idea.
So it's going to be a lot different. I mean, it's more challenging. You saw it in the finals. You saw it in the semifinals. There's more pool. Like every time you break, you're not getting the same outcome.
Right. I did notice that for sure.
So it's really, really challenging, and I like it a lot. The players loved it. The feedback to Emily has been fantastic, and she just keeps on doing amazing things with everything that they're doing, improving,
absolutely.
what to change. So now going forward, and she even said on the podcast that this might change into the Mosconi Cup.
I was about to ask if she was going to do that.
I mean, I feel that, man, like, wouldn't that be amazing? Like, I feel that that makes it more of an equalizer, in my opinion. But you're hand racking, so you're going to get more dry breaks like Ocean and Shane. And even Ocean made a comment on his post that he posted a couple days ago saying that, how can I figure out the break when Shane Van Boeing couldn't figure out the break? And I mean, that's really telling a lot, because Shane always figures out the break. Like that man has put in more hours with his break cue, manipulating it, switching weights, switching shafts, whatever he was doing, and putting in the time to learn that break. And
I think we need Corey Deuel's perspective.
No. Shane has it down to a science, and I feel that when you take away that magic rack and you go to wood rack, even if you rack that balls not directly on the spot where it's maybe a little bit above or a little bit below, and I'm talking about like centimeters, that changes everything, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's just like in the NBA Finals when Golden State was playing, who they play this year? Or last year. Golden State was in the finals or whatever, and they won. But the third game going to their visitors' hometown, they actually measured after that they lost that game because Curry missed every three-pointer he shot at. And that rim was an inch higher than standard. And that matters. So that's what I'm saying with the rack. If you're racking yourself, you going up that centimeter or that centimeter back or maybe that inch and a half, whatever it is, right? That can make a big difference of that one ball coming short or that one ball going long, right?
Oh, certainly. We played like how we were for years, so that's a lot of, adjusting.
So now that Emily made that announcement that everything's going to be magic rack, it even makes it even better because that spot is going to be on that spot no matter what.
Yeah.
Right. You're absolutely right. Well, let's ask Mason a couple of questions. Mason, how old were you when you first started playing pool, sir?
I was an 11-year-old kid.
There you go, Nick, another 11-year-old.
That's a common age. I think so. Is that when you started, Nick?
11, 12. I can't remember when my BMX accident was. I was almost paralyzed, and I put away my bike, and my uncle introduced me to pool, and I just fell in love with it from there. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be playing pool today.
Yeah, it's a great game.
What was your first big win, Mason, as a junior?
I actually ended up winning our local state junior event that first year. So
That's awesome.
I was lucky. My dad, he owns a pool hall now. He had owned a bar at that time.
So
With
you've been
diamond,
around pool most of your life
yeah,
then.
with diamond tables. I've always been around like high end equipment and um, a lot of great players too, like from our state that I could see and learn from. So,
That's awesome.
and I kind of, you know, I fit the mark for a pool player. So I'm kind of like, I'm wanting to do it and I'm spending a lot of time on it. And then if I had questions, there was always somebody there to answer them, I guess.
How many
Awesome. Tell
hours
us a little bit about the. Sorry.
Go ahead. I'm pretty sure we're
Um,
going to ask the same thing.
tell us a little bit about your dad's pool, like table wise, how many, any tight pockets, what, all the insight.
Yeah, it's all the same tightness for pocket. They're diamond blue labels. We have 12 7-foot tables, and then we've got 3 9-foots. 2 are diamond tables, and then we've got one like 9-foot bronze with gold crown.
Okay, nice.
But we're in the process in October. He's getting brand new tables, so we're actually moving the entire pool hall around.
Oh,
And
wow.
one really exciting thing for me is he's going to be ordering 2 brand new 9-footers, and so instead of 3 tables, we'll have 4 9-foots now, and it'll be set up kind of in its own room. We've got this like split room in the back. We use it for banquets and stuff, but it'll be fully set up with the 9-footers. So we'll try to run events kind of like Racks on the Rocks in Peoria does events
They
like
ran
that.
they ran a good event, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4. They have 5 tables, and they ran the single elimination there, and then once the bar table came, it was like nonstop.
Right. So we're gonna try and do something like that, kind of with the 4 9-foots, run shorter entrant 9-foot events, get the
Nice.
pros to our place, and then have a open event on our 7-foots.
Sweet. No, that's great. Yeah, if you run both, I mean, you're gonna get all of that money back pretty much in the bar tables, So
yeah, we got a really great local crowd, so that they'll show up and support. They love all the guys, and like if they were to see all of the pros in their hometown, they'd go nuts.
No, for sure.
So,
And that's what you have to draw. The money has to be added, but you make that up with everybody that's going to come and watch them play, not just play in the event, but there's a lot of spectators that want to come out and watch them play. And that's what I try to tell the pool rooms out here is that we have literally, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 pool rooms that have all diamond tables, from bar tables to big tables, anywhere from 10 to 15 to 20 big tables to 10 to 20 bar tables. I mean,
You would think you'd have major events in Arizona.
I am telling you that it is insane. If you ever come out here and you look at it, you would be like, how are there not big events out here? Is because
right.
The pool halls, in my opinion, don't want to sit there and add the money to get the guys out here. So they make their money off of their league and their smaller tournaments. I get it 100%. I'm not dogging it. I'm just saying that we have amazing pool halls out here, amazing pool hall owners. It's just that they've already are set in their ways.
Yeah, missed opportunity a little bit.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, like it's fine. Like I go and I support them. I go to especially with my wife playing. So I go with her. I don't just send her off by herself, and I'm like, I'll help out. I'll chip in whenever I can or whatever. But they're amazing pool halls. So if you ever out here on Main Street, Bull Shooters, Metro, I mean, the list just goes on. But
I'll message you.
Yeah, Mills,
Modern Social. Guys.
So
Nick and Mason, both of you, being in the billiards industry, I've been in the industry myself for over 15 years, but I'm curious what your opinion would be. Do you think a higher entry fee would draw more players into these venues without having to add the money?
Yes and no. I was talking to Emily about it because our U.S. Open out here is $750 to get in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if because it's the U.S. or is what's been going on for however many years.
It's been like
And
that forever.
I went to the UK Open. I went to Germany, and it was $200 entry, and it fills up within 45 minutes. I get it, 100%. This what you don't want to change what's not broken, right?
Right.
Right.
And I get it 100%. But let's do a little math right here. Now, I'm not dogging on anybody. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying this could help out with what Emily's trying to do. Just a suggestion. Now, UK Open had 256 players at $200 a piece, right? That's roughly $64,000 in prize pool money, right? And then she's adding whatever she's adding to that, correct? So 160 or whatever thousand with the sponsors that are adding that money, right? That's fantastic. I am happy that we have those sponsors to add more money, make the pot bigger for our professional careers. But just imagine if you upped it to $750 entry fee, right? That's an extra $136,000 that the players are adding to the event, right? So instead of her adding as much, or those sponsors adding that much more money, I feel that they would be adding less money, and we can have more events, but up the entry fees so the pot is grown by just the players. Not saying that I'm not saying that you might have
You're investing in yourself that way.
Yeah,
and
but
it's
I mean, yeah, and I mean, like I said, I'm going no matter what. Like I told Emily, I'm going everywhere. I'm going anywhere. Like whatever you're having, I'm trying to go to. And it's because of my wife and it's because of my sponsors behind me that are helping me out is the reason, the chances I have to fight for points for the Mosconi Cup. But I just feel that if that happened, but Emily always has her platform of what she's doing and everything, and it's fantastic. I'm just saying that if you up it a little bit, I feel that it just let the players add more money. Just like here in Arizona, we can't have an open tournament. Now it's a 700 and under, it's a 710 and under, it's a 715 and under, it's a 720 and under. So
you're talking to a guy from Wisconsin. We've got 399 and unders.
Yeah,
I can play that.
I get it. Like I get it. Like we have our 550s and unders, our 600s and under. We have it all, but when you have an open, or that used to be an open, and then now it's a 710 and under or a 720 and under, it's like just so you can get 11.
Who are you really cutting out?
Yeah. So
well, they need to say, Nick, you and Jovan cannot play.
Jovan. Yeah. And that's pretty much what it comes down to. That's literally what it comes down to is that Jovan and I, only thing we have to play in is chip tournaments. And literally, I don't go. My wife goes and plays. I'll sit there and watch unless it's a Scotch doubles, then I'll play with my wife. But I don't feel like paying $40, $60 and getting 3 chips and it's incoming players breaking. It doesn't do anything. I mean, I'd rather sit there and spend $60 on pool time and practice, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, but it's fun for all the lower rated players. They get 8 chips, they get 7 chips, they get 9 chips, whatever. It's fantastic for them. But for the higher end players, we need something to compete in. So, like for instance, we just had Laz, help me out, Laz
Martinez.
Yeah, Martinez. We just had him on, and he was telling me about Cristina Del Garza and her husband. Right? Is that? Unless her last name changed.
Daniel Schneider.
Yeah, Daniel Schneider. Yeah, the Mrs. and Mr. Schneider. We'll go there. They run a yearly like $2,000 added event, and they have a women's and a men's at the same time. And he was telling us about it. I go, dude, that's fantastic. I go, always support those events. I go, once you stop supporting those events, then they all go down to the lower end players,
right?
And because they're going to get more players, right? But they have that going, and I would love something out here for that. I don't even care if I go 2 and out, I go 3 and out. I don't even win it. It's just like I want to get out and compete. I want to be able to compete before I go to Germany, before I go to Spain. Like instead, I'm just sitting here practicing 24 hours or whatever I do, like 40 hours a week. It's just that it's good to have something to compete in that I need to play.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree
Mason,
with
do
your
you feel the
opinion.
same way about the entry? Do you think it would help bring your higher caliber players out if you up the entry fee?
Yeah, I think I agree with like on the lines of, I think in your conversation there was almost a split of like two different types of tournaments we're talking about, right?
Right.
So there's like, you'll fill local tournaments probably way quicker with cheap entry, and you get everybody from the area that's looking to play, right? But then there, like how Nick had talked on, there are, a lack of tournaments for us for things, especially if he's talking in his area with all the great pool halls he's talking about, and then not having one to fit his level, is shame.
Hi, Dory.
She's going to say
Hello.
I still want to say hi.
But no, it is true because like your weeklies are like $10, $15, or even $20 to get in everything, right? And it's just one of those things that like when you have a monthly though, I think the entry fee needs to be like $75, $100.
It needs to be slightly higher, so you bring out a larger caliber player with a little more attention to your venue.
Yeah, even if you see the 625 and unders and you make it $100 entry fee, you're going to see the players, oh my God, I don't know if I want to do $100. I'm used to paying $10, and then you'll get those other people. Yeah, no problem. 100, no problem. No,
Yeah.
And you'll start seeing who and the crowds and everything that you'll be getting too. So
one event we like to do here, and like I said, we've got events that'll be completely different, trying to draw all the big dogs and once we get our new tables. But we run like a open event with a tiered entry. We've done that a lot. That works pretty well. You get some of the guys that maybe feel like they've retired, but there are higher caliber players coming to play yet. But then you've also got all of the locals who, maybe don't have the confidence, but they're just trying to learn, also come out because it's cheap enough for them.
Yeah,
so I think that's been a cool alternative that we've tried a couple times.
No, that's great. I had a pro tour or semi-pro tour out here about 5 or 6 years ago, and what they did before Fargo took over, they split. We had ratings from 4 being your worst player and 10-2 being Scott Frost, right? And they split the bracket. So they had one big tournament, but they split the bracket. So they split like the 7s and under in one bracket and all the 8s and up went in another bracket, right?
Then they meet in the middle.
Correct. So what I liked about that and what was very fantastic, and I wish they would keep running these like this, is that you're going to get 40, 60 players in that 700 and under bracket, right? That's like the 550 or 600 and under. Let's just put it Fargo-wise, right? In that group. And then you might get another 20 or maybe 30 with everybody that wants to play with the higher caliber players, right?
Right.
And then now all those 40 to 60 players that are showing up in that one group, they now have a chance to make cash before playing all the higher end players, right? So now, once it gets meet to the second day, now they put them together and they do a random draw. So now all those players that never had a chance to make the money now has a chance to make the money because they're playing the separate bracket. And then come on the second day, they combine them and do a random draw winner side, random draw loser side. And then now they're in the money.
Right.
So we were getting 40, 60 players in that B bracket, and then we were getting another 20, 30 players in that A bracket, and then every match that we played in the A bracket was tough, It wasn't like, oh, we played a C player, and then we had to give up 3 games on the wire or whatever it was.
Yeah.
It was like we actually had to play each match, and it was a solid match every time. And I wish that they would have done that, like at least do like maybe 615 or 610 and under, and then 615 or 611 and up goes in this bracket, and then we can do like weight wise, like every 40 points is a game on the wire, minimum race to 4, whatever it is, But that's what we had out here, and that kind of went away after Fargo because once Fargo took over for this event, I was giving up 11 3 races on the bar table, alternate break.
That's tough.
I mean,
buddy.
it's you know how good players play better on the bar table than they do big table.
I'm
It's
a champion on a bar table.
No, dude, it's crazy. I'm telling you, it's nuts. But it's just that you have to be able to change it up, switch it up, and see what works. You know, like they're running a 625 and under tournament, and they get anywhere from 70 to 150, 60 players in it. It's absolutely insane. It's one of the biggest events that has been happening out here for the lower end players.
Right.
But what sucks is what happens if Fargo you win a tournament and you're over that 625. You have nothing to play in now.
Well, right. And then it kind of, there's not really a pure incentive to get into the next level, is there? It's
right. Because you're gonna handle it, you're gonna be stuck in my situation. Not saying I'm in a bad situation, but for pool in my state, you're in a bad situation. But I still get to go out because of my sponsors and my wife. I get to go out and I get to compete overseas. I get to compete in all the match room, the Predator events.
Well, to your point though, it's a lot of work, like, so if you're somebody like you or myself who's like, you really want to do it, then it's kind of cool. Right. That's why we continued. Right, Nick. But otherwise it's like, if you don't have that, then you're out of luck. So you might as well stay under, what they're giving you, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's a double-edged sword. It's a negative and positive of like, okay, I want to get better, but
get better or do
then I'm not going to have anything to play in Arizona. Like it just, that's just where you're falling. Like,
technically that's what we have going on here in the South with the kids. I mean, they just don't have anywhere to play.
Yeah. Or like, of course, with the kids, like my mom was taking me around when I was 15, 16 years old to play in a bar, play on a Valley bar table in a 600, 6 and under or 700 or whatever under. Like I didn't have anything to play in. So I went to bars and my mom went with me until I got kicked out. Like,
Right. What's going on next out in Wisconsin? What have you guys do you guys have a tournament coming up anytime soon at Mad Apple?
Not currently. I think we're going to kind of be waiting for our new tables. Like I said, that'll be October. Okay. My dad also, he's quite the workaholic.
I've heard rumors.
Yeah.
No, that's good. One thing is that whatever you guys are planning for big events, and I probably know that you guys probably already thought about it, but I'll throw it out there. Find a way to reach out to Predator and reach out to Matchroom and see if you can get their schedule for next year, because Matchroom just said on the podcast with Melina Mike that she's planning on having maybe 30 events next year.
Well, that makes me happy.
and I think it's amazing. I think that everything they're doing is great. I don't know about Predator if we can add more, but I'm just saying, like, so you don't mix it up like all these other
so we don't run into the same problem that most of these guys are running into. So your tournaments are going on at the same time.
Take the extra step and just go, okay, you know what? In April, since there's really nothing going on, and then you book it, and then there's a match room. Well, all your top players are going to be overseas, or they're going to be at whatever other event, right? Because they're all fighting for Moscone Cup points. So my only thing is to see if they can at least give you their schedule where you can go, okay, middle of the month, are we good? Or end of the month, or, so it gives,
So
my only thing, if I owned a room or whatever, I'd be reaching out to those two automatically. I can care less about any other state other than, of course, the Texas Open, the Derby, like those stuff, kind of like falls into place.
Well, going back to the venue, I'm curious because when he said it was called Mad Apple, did you say burger?
Yeah, we're restaurant first. My dad will love that I said that.
Obviously, you said burger. So is there some famous hamburger that you guys are serving out of that place? Because Nick and I like burgers.
Oh, we've got great food. Yeah, I'm a little biased, but great food. It's all fresh. It's scratch-made food. Everything's organic vegetables. We don't have a freezer. So we really are, like I said, restaurant first is what my dad pushes. He loves pool, so he's going to continue with that. But
how many square feet do you have there, Mason?
How many what? I'm sorry.
How many square feet do you guys have there?
Ooh, like 1,100.
Wow, that's pretty good.
1,300.
That's good.
That's pretty good. So
think
do
that's
you have
accurate.
like
I
the
don't know.
restaurant on one side and then the pool room on the other?
Yeah, that's right. So you walk in the front door and you're mainly in the restaurant. You walk in the back door and then that's the pool hall. So it's pretty split up,
Awesome.
but also like not so far away.
Okay. What about the parking?
Yeah. So we normally tell the pool players to park in back, and then the restaurant kind of takes up the front. We're another really cool special thing for us is we're connected to a hotel.
Awesome.
So you don't have to leave outside, and you're in the hotel lobby.
Just be there.
Wow,
That's
how did that work out?
Yeah, so great location. They're right here, Choice Hotels.
Okay.
Yeah, one of my sponsors also, and it's great. So like our harsh Wisconsin winters, you wouldn't have to leave. You're right in the hotel lobby.
Okay. Nice. That works out fairly well. Well, there we go, Nick. If we have to go to Wisconsin to go to a pool tournament, we know where to
Hey,
stay.
no, that's fantastic. I mean, because okay, so I ran into a scenario, and I don't know if you guys work out deals with if you have for instance, if you have a big event and all these players are coming, right? They're going to want to rent hotels so you can do.
Yes, we do.
Deal, right? So check this out. So when I'm booking the U.S. Open, you probably already booked your hotel or whatnot.
Yeah.
And, I'm still just seeing if I'm going to book with somebody or whatnot. I haven't done it, but I looked up the prices, and it's like close to like $800, right?
Yeah.
Well, I went to go book my Spain, and my Spain has a they have a discount code, right? And I'm thinking, okay, I'll probably save a couple $100, right?
Right.
My total cost for the week or whatever was $850. I put in the discount code, and it drops me to $455.
Wow.
And I'm like, this is in Spain.
Yeah.
It's costing me more.
In Spain, insane.
Yeah, it's costing me more to go to Atlantic City for the U.S. Open than it is for me to go to Spain.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's really cool.
It's nuts. Like whatever they did over there and whatever deals they got, I'm like, yes, keep going, right? Because I mean, like if we were paying even $80 or $70 for the hotel at U.S. Open, everybody would be booking their own room. Right. But now we're like, man, $800. I go, let's see who we can split with,
Right.
Like that's what I'm trying to figure out before I book a room. Like that's all I'm doing. Like I try to make it cheap as possible whenever I'm going out of state. So I'm like, hey, who wants to split a room? Who wants to split a room? Like so I do that before I book my own room.
Yeah.
But it's crazy that that's what like the price difference. Like my flight for the Illinois was $930 to Illinois for that event out in Racks and the Rocks. And then my flight to Spain is $725.
It makes no sense.
Like I'm like, how is this possible?
It's the inflation within the United States, Nick. Our gas is way more expensive than everybody else.
I'm just saying though, like I'm like
Nick, you don't have to sit in first class every time you fly.
No first class at all. No. First class is like $3,000. No, thank you. I don't need a bed that bad.
Ask Fedor if you can borrow some money.
Yeah, after his stuff lost, I don't think he wants to be bothered.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. Nick, do you have any pool related questions for Mason? I mean, I was curious about their venue because I always enjoy hearing from the owners and the staff, and of course, as Mason is his father's pool room, which it's a family-owned business. I always like hearing about the venues themselves. But do you have any questions for Mason about his game?
First, if you would, I just remembered when I was on for Caden Hillman's interview the other day, I mentioned something in our after conversation, and you told me to bring it up. One really cool thing that we have going on here through the school year is we have this deal with different high schools in our area. So actually they've came in as part of their gym class, and my dad and myself, we give lessons to these groups of high school kids a couple times a week, and it's just a really cool thing we've got that I hope can continue.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, because I think high
Nick,
school.
do you think maybe you can get in on that in Arizona?
Not a chance. I mean, it's so hard to get into schools. I don't know how you did it, but I mean, I don't. It's so hard because all the stuff you have to sign and all the stuff you have to get, like legal documents, because they're going off campus. Like I remember when I was in high school, like I had to get my mom to sign everything, you know, and on top of it, probably like going to the business. Now that business has taken risks because those kids are. I'm just saying, like it could be nothing or it could be a lot of work. And
right.
I mean, it was something that I would love because I love coaching. I love giving lessons. I enjoy it. I enjoy seeing the progress. Not the frustration or the yelling or, you know, like it's not coming together or, you know, any stuff like that, or the crying. But like you get a little bit of everything when you're training. And but once that light clicks and everything starts falling together, then you get to enjoy the moment of like, they're getting it. They're getting
right.
it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's great. I love it. A lot of people don't like coaching or teaching. That's how I got brought up, is that I learned from others, and I'm just trying to, you know, give back. And I don't charge an arm and a leg, you know, for lessons. I do group rates. I do, you know, whatever I can to help out. And I even give homework after my lessons if you're if you do multiple lessons and everything. So
nice.
So how did you guys get started with that, Mason? Was it something that the school came to you with, or was it something that you and your dad decided that you wanted to offer?
Yeah, no, they come in your gym clothes or anything?
I'm sorry? Oh, not in their gym clothes. No. It's taught in the lifetime activities spot in their gym class. So, but we have it was mainly actually the gym teacher. So because we're a restaurant first here, it's a very family friendly atmosphere. We try to keep it that way. It's not like your typical pool hall and in some of the, you know, dingy spots that it could be, you know. And so it was appealing. And this guy who was the gym teacher, if I knew his name, I would say it, but he was a pool fan, and so he got in contact with us, and it just worked out. So
that sounds interesting. I'll have to give that idea out to a couple of the parents that are in the areas that are trying to start that themselves. You know, it does help that you have a restaurant. When I was down in Mississippi at the Dockery, when you walk through the front door, it is a restaurant, and off to the side are the pool tables. So it's definitely separated, but you can see the tables from the restaurant area itself, but there's no smoking. It's not very loud. So it's a very relaxed atmosphere. So I'm assuming that's probably what Mad Apple is like as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Amazing. That's awesome. And, you know, it's thank you so much for opening your doors for the children and giving them an opportunity to learn something that they probably wouldn't learn until they were probably 21 in a bar.
True, because
absolutely.
Everything from like junior high and up, you get put into baseball, basketball, football.
Which is a shame, you know, because pool can help a lot of kids that don't have the dexterity to be active in such you know, games like, you know, soccer, baseball, basketball. You know, maybe they can't run, they can't jump for whatever reason, and pool actually helps them. You know, that memory, you know, you have to have to execute, you know, a good game of pool. It does help, and it does help their mental focus.
Yeah, my wife never held a cue in her life, you know, until she met me.
And now she's a freaking champion.
So it's just anybody can be taught. Anybody, it's some
if you want to learn.
Yeah, right. Some people take longer than others.
I take an extremely long time just to execute a shot because I get distracted. Shiny lights, mirrors.
Yeah, I always say that I think more people would be intrigued in the game if they had the opportunity to be introduced to the game. Like
properly, right?
if they saw the game, if they were able to experience it, I think we'd have a lot more participation.
I think that with what Predator and Matchroom are doing, I think that's helping because I mean, other than your dad owning a pool room / restaurant, when you talk to the average player and you're like, hey man, I play pool, for a living, and their first thing is, oh, so you hustle.
Yeah.
I'm like, no,
That's right.
no. I literally, that's just like, but that's just what their mind goes to because that's what they've heard for so many years.
Right.
It's just like that's what it does is that so we're trying to lose that and bring in something better. And that's
it goes that question, then they ask you about Minnesota Fats.
Right.
Yeah.
The man's been dead forever. I never knew him.
Yeah. So it's just a harsh.
It's a harsh reality, but I think we're slowly breaking those barriers with the juniors, especially. And kids like he's not a kid anymore, like Skylar Woodward, and you have a lot of ambassadors out there that can change the way that people are viewing a sport that's been given a bad rap.
Yeah, and it's more and more, and I think that's why, like you've mentioned, it's so great to see kind of the junior input. I'll thank you again for what you're doing because it's great. I think that's the place to start. It sets such a positive, first steps for them, and then also that adds on to the game in the future, right? They are the future, so.
Yep. No, juniors is where it's at, regardless of their age. It's where it's at, and
it's giving them a voice, and that was my whole reason.
You have to break them out of their shell because right now, if you see a lot of the top professionals, their social media is not that great. I mean, don't get me wrong, Jason Shaw does a fantastic job. The fillers are getting back onto it, showing their stuff and everything. Shane does some stuff. Federer has his website and whatnot, just list a couple. But if you look at the whole group, they don't do a lot on social media where I feel like sometimes I overdo it. And then I got a good compliment that I actually am doing really well, which is really great
well, you're right. And I think that's where, again, the youth and the juniors are killing it. They're all
about
really well.
Yeah.
I think they're starting almost a new wave, really, of what it'll turn into and what it can become.
I mean, you just can't shy away from it. Like, even though you're uncomfortable, well, you're going to be stuck in several situations in pool where you're uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
So you might as well make social media a part of it because that's what it's coming to, is that you need social media and you need it, whether it's Instagram or Facebook or whatever it is, and you have your mom control it or your dad control it, whatever it is, just do it because that's going to help you grow your fans, your base, your friends are going to be, oh my gosh, he plays pool. How do you play so good? Like all of it will just start coming together. And then the sponsors that you never knew of, or this guy that you knew about down the street. And he's like, man, I would love to be a part of it. Your social media. And that's what it is you have to build your brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And D'Angelo Spain, his parents have done a wonderful job getting his name out there as well. And Savannah Easton is another one. She's all over social media.
All over it.
And it's adorable, the things that he is doing. And Jaws, his stuff is phenomenal.
Yep.
Sophia Mass, all of these juniors are doing what they need to do to get their name out there. And they're changing the way people are seeing pool. They're
and
like
also
kids.
Yeah. Also, Dominic Dunn, he's helping out a lot of the juniors as well with Oscar Dominguez, Hard Times with Golden State Billiards. Same thing. They're helping out the juniors, and it's fantastic to see people jumping on board and helping them out.
Well, and that's where I gave such a positive outlook to it. Is I do feel that there's a large, there's people from all over giving a good amount of effort, and I think that's the start, obviously. So it's good to see that it's not just one area. I think we see it.
No, for sure. I agree 100%.
We just didn't have a big market for it in my area in the Southeast. You didn't hear a lot of the you didn't hear a lot of about the juniors here. Sophia is from Florida. You know, we do know who Sophia is, and we know a couple of the juniors, but like Nick said, a lot of them are shy because they are young. So when they come to me, I make it comfortable for them. As you know, you were there with me with Caden. You know, I have the children come on 15 minutes, 10 minutes early so they can get to know me. That way they feel comfortable being in front of a camera. And it is a little scary because you don't know who's out there watching you.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
So, you know, and it's to have a safe platform for them to voice their opinion and to not feel like they can't say something. If they want something, they have to say it. In order to get things accomplished, you have to be able to speak.
Yep.
So,
right. Well,
they're doing phenomenal. They're doing a good job. And Caden did fantastic the other night, by the way. He did such a good job. And he thought he couldn't. By the look on his face, it's like, I don't know if I can do this. Yeah, he did just fine. What is your favorite game right now that you like to play, Mason? Do you have a particular one that you play better than the other?
I guess I'm probably a rotation player. It's probably that's my speed, but I got into One Pocket pretty hardcore. I like that game.
Nick, how is your One Pocket game coming?
It's hard because I practice a lot and I don't get into a lot of One Pocket action or even anything out here. So it's really tough. Like I play Jovan a lot whenever we can meet at the pool halls or whatnot. But there's really nothing to, play in out here. So Scott's really busy, so I mean, we both offer to play each other. It's just that our schedules, kind of like mix match and everything. So
yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. I guess my answer to that question always, if I'm asked, is I just like to hit the cue ball. Honestly, any game, any game doesn't matter. Just yeah.
What has been your best game?
Yeah, I've probably had best results like rotation has often been the game that I've won at.
Right.
A lot of state titles with rotation, more so than 8-ball. And then my world championship was a 9-ball too.
I saw a bunch of those. I pulled those off of your Facebook so that I could make sure that people knew that you have a long list of titles there. But
yes, thank you. I
was like, he didn't give me that, but let me go steal it right quick.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, Nick's got an engagement he has to get to in the next 30 minutes, and I'm not quite sure if he's ready to get there or not. So I hate to cut this short on you, Mason, but I would be more than happy to have you back with again at a later date.
Yeah,
maybe after the U.S. Open, you and Nick can tell us how that worked out for you.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Sounds good. That sounds good.
All right.
Sweet.
Well, thanks so much for coming out, Mason. It sure was a pleasure to have you on again. And like I said, we'll see you again after the U.S. Open. We'll have you come back and you and Nick can hash out those memories. Okay?
Yes, sir. We got some fun.
See you again, Nick. Yep.
Hey, you too, buddy. Take care.
Good luck on your next adventure, and we'll see you soon, Mason. Thanks. Have a good night.
Good night.
Well, that was a Mason Cook. And he is one fantastic guy. I mean, he's been helping out those juniors out there in Wisconsin, Nick. And the kid that I had on, Caden Hillman, he is a monster. He is a monster. Oh. Well, I know you have a meeting to get to here shortly.
Yeah. One of my sponsors is in from out of town. My latest sponsor, Diamond Limousine. He's in town, so I get to go and sit down and have dinner with him and his brothers and everything. So it's going to be a fun night.
Okay. Well, I know you'll be heading out to Texas, so I wish you the best of luck. And we'll be back on Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen, for the final 3 that were announced today.
Yeah.
And we'll get those out. And Nick's going to tell us how his weekend went and what he has plans after the Texas Open. We're getting down to crunch time on the Moscone Cup. Nick, where do you think you're at right now?
Well, I'm sitting 6, 5 points behind 5th, like 1,000 or something before 4th, 2,000 or 3,000 with second and third spot. So there's 2 big events left. You got the Spain event, and then you also have the U.S. Open, which is going to be a really big one.
Are you going to get out to Spain a little early so you can practice?
But when it comes to matchroom events, there's no practice tables.
I remember you telling me that, but
so
the fans don't know that.
Yes, there's no practice tables. You are set your times, and you have a minute and a half, 2 minutes to hit one rack, and then you're ready to play. So it's just preparing and mentally preparing and going over your pre-shot routine and your fundamentals, and so everything kind of plays in a factor when you're out there. So I've been getting used to it. It's my first year, so I feel like I'm doing well. Like I said, I didn't do good in Germany. I needed to steal some points out there, so I'm hoping that I can at least get some points or whatnot in Spain. If not, then I got one more event. All the names I heard should be drawn after the U.S. Open, or I want to say after the U.S. Open, they'll do their final 2 picks, and then they'll do their final 4 picks. They'll do, because Shane has 1, and then they'll do the second and third points, and then
Oscar's in second place or third place right now.
He's in second with I think 6,000 or 7,000 points, and then Sky's sitting there a little bit over 5,000. I want to say. I could be wrong. Those are well, unless Shane Wolf, myself, or another American player does absolutely amazing out in the U.S. Open, then it could be a little different.
Right. Well, I wish you the best of luck in Texas, because I know you're itching to get out there, and it was a blast last year, and I hate I'm going to miss it. I should have never gone to the World Games. I could kick myself right now.
I know everybody's going to be there. Skylar, I was just messaging him yesterday and asking him when he was going to make it out there so we can spar together. He's been really open and communication-wise and everything, and it's been really cool to get to know him a little closer than just watching him on stream or watching him in person. So,
right. All right. Well, I'll let you run on out of here and take your wife to dinner. Is that her in the background slamming balls?
Yes, it is. She is practicing.
Oh, you and your family. Well, I appreciate you coming out tonight. I know you had some plans, and I want to make sure that you have plenty of time to get ready, take a shower, and do what you need to do before you head out that way.
Thank you. No worries at all.
And we'll see you next week, next Wednesday.
Yes.
We'll release those last 3 kids and sit there and pray that you make lots of points while you in Spain, sir.
Yes. Amy, U.S. Open, big events. So
big events. Well, on behalf of Inside Pool Magazine, they call me the Diva. This is Tracy Lerma signing off. I'm going to run our video one more time, and Nick's going to run down those sponsors right quick.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Okay, we're ready for that, huh? Put me on the blast. Q-Tech, my main sponsor. They're amazing. Their equipment's great. I always say this. If you guys see me out, I'm probably one of the easiest people to talk to. Don't feel intimidated. Don't think you can't talk to me. My bag is open. If you guys want to try out the jump cue, you guys want to try out the break cue, you guys want to try out the Synergy Shack, the Avid. If you want some high chews, I have some in my bag. They learned it in Germany. I opened my bag and they're like, "You were serious when you said that you have high chews."
They didn't know. We were.
Yes, I have high chews with me at all times. Now, I cannot have you guys try them without telling you guys we'll be addicted, and I'm saying that it is very.
You may need meetings after.
Very, very, very expensive. I have probably like 5 bags in my thing right now. So my bag's open. Just stay away from my high chews. No sneaking in
Yeah,
my
he gets a
bag.
little snippy. He has little rat traps in his bag for the
Um,
hot cheese.
Next is go Oscar Dominguez, Desiree with Golden State Billiards. You guys need pool balls. You guys need pool cues, Predator, Q-Tech, whatever, cloth. He's your man to go to. Reach out to him. He does and takes care of everybody very well. I was just talking about it. Cone Limousine out of Michigan. They take care of all of Michigan for limousine transportation, airport, little rides from home to work or whatever you need to do. Those guys are your guy. And at the end of this video, you'll see if you call them and you use Nikon Kid, they will knock off 10% off the top with whatever you're using with them. So please use the code. Reach out to them. They're good people. They take good care of their clients. It's just a very, very, I'm very blessed to be part of a great company. Mike Gwynn, Realty One Group. I just made a post. He is amazing at what he does. Another magazine, the guy knows all the ins and outs about houses. If you're in Arizona and you need somebody to talk to that's very knowledgeable, he's your man to contact. Dogging it with Melina Mike and Joey Ryan. They always follow them. They always have Emily or somebody else on their podcast or whatnot, always giving good information. Rassin Billiards, amazing products. If you guys haven't played on them, if you're in Vegas at any time, Banging Balls, they have Rassins. Go try them out. I have one myself. I absolutely love it. Onboard sportswear, jerseys, another one. I just posted it the other day. If you use DeLeon, if you use the link and you use DeLeon, you get like 10 or 15% off of your jerseys. Top quality, zip or collar, whatever you guys want to do.
Do they make customs?
Designs. They do everything custom from whatever color you want to whatever sleeve you want to whatever design you want across your chest, on your back, whatever it is.
Okay.
So reach out to them. Go check out my fan page at Nick DeLeon, Nikon Kid, to find the link and everything. And I might post it again today, but I try to give a couple days before I do a post so it doesn't I'm overflowing my Facebook. Blood Money Billiards out of California. The guys, they do great. They have a great team behind them. Carlo Beato. I pronounced his name wrong. Roland Garcia, Jovan Bustamante. The list just goes on with the people that he takes care of, and I'm just lucky to be a part of it. Digital Pool. Please go check out Digital Pool. They do all of it. They do new things that are coming. They do the text messages. They do all of it. That they're always coming up with new ideas. And yes, some of them you might think, oh my God, what are they doing? And then you end up liking it. You're like, wow, oh man, I should have thought about this a long time ago.
You're like, oh my God, what are you doing?
Yeah, Isaac and Digital Pool is on top of it, and they're learning and they're doing more things. So follow them and use them for your tournaments. They're amazing. Town Billiards, breaking tips. I use them. If you haven't tried them, the chalk. My wife uses the V10. I use the Pyro, the blue. So if you guys want to try some out, just let me know when I'm out and about. I have no problem letting you guys try anything out. Inside Pool Magazine. Thank you for letting Tracy, the diva, and myself, Nikon Kid, do the podcast every week and everything that you do for us. We appreciate you guys more than you know. So that's all I got. I might feel like a NASCAR driver here next year.
We need to get you one of those little nifty jackets to wear with all the freaking patches on it.
Right? Wouldn't that be fun?
Well, I'm going to run down on our past apparel companies. That would be Posted Up Apparel. If you guys are looking for some really nice pants, nice fitting pants for women especially, check out Posted Up Apparel. They have a diva line that everything fits in there, ladies, and it makes you look very, very nice. You don't have any of that issue where you're bending over the table and your stuff's falling out. Stuff stays where it needs to stay because that's how they're made. Check out Posted Up Apparel. Also, Brutal Game Gear is another apparel line that has been very kind to the Diva. That would be the Bryants. Also, Team Purebred. Fantastic line. Casey Clark knows her game. She's been taking care of some of those juniors. So check out Team Purebred. We also have Mako Tips. Mako Tips is the head honcho going with the juniors, Monica Webb's Battle of the Junior Champions. It's Mako Tips. They're the ones who've been running that organization.
Yes.
Fantastic man. I hear his tips are phenomenal. I gave a couple of tips to one of my junior players that I helped sponsor, and he's going to get me some feedback on that, Nick, so that you know if anybody's looking to pick up some of those.
Good.
And you can, if you do want to purchase something from MakoTips.com, use the discount code DIVA, and you get 10% off on your item. Always love those discounts. Also, Enterprise Car Rentals, they give you a discount as well. There is a link in the podcast at the bottom on the YouTube in the descriptions. If you guys want to scroll down there at the very bottom, it'll have that discount for you guys. Let's see another Action 24/7. They help me out at just about every tournament that I am at. So if you guys are looking for some apparel, Action 24/7 is also a fantastic line. Clutch Shot.
Texas Open. No,
yes.
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Is he going to be there? No, I think Brutal Game Gear is doing it.
Brutal. Yeah, Brutal is always out there.
They're usually out there. Clutch Shot Apparel with Carlos Sanchez. He takes care of a lot of those junior players as well. He's another fantastic man to have in your corner. Well, Nick, I guess that's it for tonight, sir. So I wish you luck out in Texas, but I'll see you before you head out that way. Yeah. And I hope you and the wife have a wonderful weekend.
Yes, we will. Same to you. And everybody, thanks for joining. And we will have more.
We have 3 more tickets to give away next week.
Yeah.
And
who's it going to be?
We have, let's see, the last one that I gave away was Scholar Hess. Mm-hmm. And we did that on purpose because of Mr. Dominic Dunn.
Oh, good. Yeah, everything for that guy.
Oh, we love us some Dom. Thank you so much for entertaining us daily, Dominic.
I don't know if that's a good thing that he can keep a secret that long or not.
He kept that secret for a long time.
I know. And I'm letting you know, like, that's very shocking. I don't know if his wife knows that he can keep a secret that long.
Well, I mean, I was sitting there. I was honestly believing that he had already told Skylar.
Oh, really?
I was like, there's no way he's kept that secret. But he did. He kept it the whole time. That was pretty sporty of him to do that.
He did really good then.
He did really well. And like I said, we have a couple of juniors that we need to spotlight next week. So that'll be the last 3. Anyway, you have a good night, Mr. DeLeon, and you give that wife a big hug for me. And we're going to call it a night. I'm going to run that commercial, that little video that we made for the kids, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for joining us.